Aventon Aventure.2 Review Fat Tire Electric Bike 2023. Looking for a bike that can take on any terrain? The Aventon Aventure.2 may be just what you're looking for. This fat tire electric bike is turning heads in the biking community, and for good reason. But does it live up to the hype? Get ready for the ultimate Aventon Aventure.2 review. And if you want to stay up to date on the latest updates, hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on notifications. Now, let's keep the conversation going and ride into the future together. The original Aventon Adventure set the standard for inexpensive e-bikes. What was once a top e-bike option is now even better thanks to the Adventure 2. The Aventon Adventure, introduced in 2021, revolutionized the expectations of e-bikers for fat tire electric bikes priced at less than $2,000. Basically, the Aventon Adventure 2, which cost $1,900, is an incredibly adaptable and dependable companion for commuting and adventuring that will keep riders comfortable on or off the road and comes at an extremely enticing price point. A torque sensor is standard on the Adventure 2, and the increased sense of unity between bike and rider substantially improves the riding experience. While riding a powerful 750-watt hub motor e-bike like the Adventure can be a lot of fun, you could get the impression that you're not doing anything. But an e-bike fitted with a torque sensor will allow you to more precisely control the bike's speed by increasing or decreasing motor power in response to your pedaling effort. You can still adjust your pace and level of exertion by going up or down the PAS setting, now labeled Eco, Touring, Sport, and Turbo, but whether you're using a lot or a little assistance, you'll feel like you're making progress on the bike. The rider's heart rate can increase without reaching the point of extreme perspiration, unless you ride with no motor help. Then a sweaty ride is a virtual guarantee. The Bengal Aries 3 brakes highlighted before have been replaced with Tektro HD E350 versions. We're relieved to see that it's now been spec'd with components that can be found at any bike store. The Adventure 2 is aesthetically pleasing thanks to its sharp lines and modern colors. The Adventure's powerful motor is returned, and with the new torque sensor, it feels even better than before. The Adventure has a generally familiar appearance and has undergone minor updates. The Adventure didn't require redesign because its sharp lines and variety of paint jobs already make it stand out. The frame-integrated taillight on the seat stay, which was previously alone, now has a companion. And in addition to improving visibility and safety, the two lights can be used as turn signals by pressing the appropriate buttons on the controller's touchpad. The multicolor display has a matte texture which reduces reflections and makes it simpler to read even when the sun is shining directly on it. Because each of the 4 aid levels is represented by a unique color, it is simple to tell at a glance which level you are now on. In addition to that, it displays the current speed, the total miles traveled, the signal indicator, and the uptime. The front fork shocks have 80 millimeters of travel, which contributes to the Adventure 2's refined on-road and off-road maneuverability. Ergo grips that lock in place are included, as well as a Velo seat branded with the Aventon name for comfort. The rear rack that comes standard has also been improved. Unlike the older model, which looked like it was bought off the rack, the new Aventon rack is adaptable to a wide range of accessories while yet maintaining a refined, bespoke feel. It comes standard with 26 by 4-inch tires that are resistant to punctures, as well as a rear rack, front and rear fenders, and other accessories that make riding in any weather as comfortable as possible. The bike, which is made of 6061 single-button aluminum alloy and weighs a total of 77 pounds, is very heavy due to its construction. A total weight of up to 400 pounds can be carried by the Adventure 2. The headlights mounted on the front of the bicycle, and the brake and signal lights are mounted on the back of the frame. In addition to the power provided by the rider, the bicycle is equipped with a 750-watt motor that is powered by an internal lithium-ion battery that has 48 volts and 15 amp hours. It takes between 4 and 5 hours to charge, and it may be removed after charging. The bicycle has 8 different speeds, 4 different levels of assistance, hydraulic disc brakes, and a maximum speed of 28 miles per hour. There's also a throttle that allows the rider to reach speeds of up to 20 miles per hour without having to pedal. The Adventure 2 is a high-speed, user-friendly, and entertaining electric bike. The Adventure 2 accelerates rapidly when given motor assistance, and speeds tend to cluster together throughout the various assist settings. The combination of the somewhat vigorous pedaling style and the fact that a torque sensor is made to respond to your level of exertion accounts for most of this. To begin with, you may ride with a lot of confidence and ease at high speeds on this bike. The front chainring on this updated version of the Aventure is larger than the one on the previous model, going from 46T to a 48T. The range of speeds, 12 to 32, remains the same despite the change from a Shimano Acera to a Shimano Altus rear cassette. The higher gearing improved the ride slightly. The gearing and torque sensor work together to provide a responsive ride at high speeds on flat ground. The Aventure 2 rides smoothly as a Class 2 or Class 3 e-bike, which is the main takeaway. With 4 degrees of support, riders can choose a speed that's comfortable for them. As you progress through the many stages of assistance, the bike softens the blow, but it never takes the fun out of pedaling. Power is delivered precisely when it is needed, thanks to the torque sensor. Useful for getting up to speed on flats and alerting the bike that you need extra assistance climbing hills. The new PAS settings include Eco, Touring, Sport, and Turbo, and the display is clear. The battery may be charged while still attached to the frame, making for easy transit and recharging. Torque sensors enhance the driving experience and have a positive effect on the battery life. The Aventure 2's torque sensor distributes power more as needed rather than permitting a steady wattage stream, resulting in a more efficient ride and more miles per charge. While sharing the same 720 watt-hour battery and 750 watt nominal motor, the achieved range is significantly different. It's an ingenious way to extend the use of a single battery. Because of this, we are surprised that more manufacturers don't use torque sensors. The ability to provide a greater range to the rider without having to spec larger capacity batteries strikes me as a total win-win situation. There are certainly arguments for hub motor e-bikes with only cadence sensors. They distribute power across the PAS levels to predetermined limits based on whether or not the cranks are turning, not how hard they are turning. To add insult to injury, nobody is banging on the table to have the e-bike's price increase so that it can accommodate a larger battery in order to expand its range. Aventon deserves praise for reducing range anxiety and enabling longer times between charges without increasing consumer expenses by using a larger battery. Although a torque sensor has been added to this e-bike, it still has the same excellent hill climbing abilities as before. The Aventure had no trouble making it up hell hole, and in fact, despite having a new rider, it posted times that were quite close to those of our last ascent. Our study of the Aventure 1 ST yielded a maximum PAS of 110 and a throttle time of 122. It agrees with the new Aventure 2 times of 119 and 113. In terms of hill climbing performance, the Aventure 2 leaves little to be desired, as it can keep up with the best of them. Yet, at the risk of repeating myself too much in this review, the feel is what's new. If you put the first Aventure into first gear and crank up the PAS, you can soft pedal your way to the summit while expending barely any energy at all. That was very similar to walking on the moving sidewalks found in airports. You could tell that you were progressing, but you also felt a great deal of assistance. Nevertheless, with the Aventure 2, you can take an active role in the procedure. You do increase your contributions, but not to the point where you're exhausted. That was between a light jog and a brisk walk. Another advantage of the torque sensor on inclines is the visible assistance even Eco mode provides. When climbing a particularly steep hill, it is normal practice to switch gears and increase the PAS level. When things get rough, the Aventure 2's Eco mode is a big help, so you might simply need to shift gears, except maybe on the hellholes of the world. Climbs that feel good and a throttle that gets the job done. The Aventure 2 performs quite well on hills. The Tektro hydraulic disc brakes assure safety by stopping the Aventure 2 fast and precisely, and the powerful motor allows for easy ascents of steep terrain. Several improvements, such as an extra taillight, derailleur bash protector, and larger 48T chain ring are much appreciated. The rear rack can hold up to 55 pounds of cargo, and the saddle's more comfortable than it appears to be. While the results in a lab setting are promising, even EBR testers might benefit from occasional reminders of how crucial it is to have dependable brake configurations. John was completing the range test when a rider coming from the opposite direction and attempting to pass him didn't see John. Thankfully, John didn't have to find out how well his helmet works that day. The Aventure allowed him to brake suddenly without causing him to lose control of the bike. The Aventure 2's improved brake lights are another safety feature. The control pad features turn signals that blink to let traffic behind you know your intentions to make a turn. The headlight producing 30 lux is also included. The Aventure is a great example of the kind of versatile, comfortable, and easy-to-control e-bike that has contributed to the meteoric surge in fat bike popularity over the past few years. The tires appear to glide around the roads adequately for their width, and the tread is chunky enough to provide grip when the going becomes a little sloppy. You may ride it to and from the office during the week, and then take it camping on the weekends for some fun in the dirt. The redesigned rear rack is also useful for commuting. It has a classier appearance, works with a wider variety of accents, and can support up to 55 pounds. You've also thought ahead and equipped your vehicle with metal fenders, which will come in handy when the weather becomes wet. The 80mm of fork travel is great for both pavement and mud, and the saddle strikes a good balance between comfort and responsiveness. You deserve a pleasant riding experience regardless of where you go. The tread design performs well in dirt, making for a pleasurable ride on mellow off-road paths. The thumb throttle is modulated, so it helps a little when you barely press on it and a lot when you really dig in. The front basket is an optional accessory that expands the carrier's capacity. The braking system is still excellent, and it is now equipped with Tektro components that are easier to swap out. It's a comfortable cockpit, comfortable and sufficiently grippy. The grips are ideal for long rides. For quick gear changes, the trigger shifters come in handy. One of the few areas where Aventure 2 fell short of its predecessor was in the group set. Although the Altis is positioned below the Acera on Shimano's product hierarchy, the average consumer would likely be unable to discern the difference. We've put over 160 miles on the Aventure with no complaints about shifting, so it must be holding up well. You may need to service it sooner than you would in Acera. Talking about Aventon's screen and app, the screen's vivid, bright, and legible. When riding, you can quickly and conveniently check any essential ride information like PAS level, speed, battery, etc. Download the Aventon app and sync it with your bike for even more details. It'll keep track of how long you've been riding, how many calories you've burned, how fast you've gone, and how much carbon dioxide you've saved the Earth by not emitting by using an electric bike instead of a car. It also enables users to select a maximum speed, log their trips, and interact with the app's community. That's all for the video today. Don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts on the Aventon Aventure 2 and your favorite electric bikes. And we'll be right back with more videos. Until then, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.